Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Live Highlight in the Magic City on the Highlight Channel. I'm Stu Nyman. As always, I'm joined by Andrew Bleckman. And together, we will cover every point played today. All Mutuals wagering is now open on today's 8-game performance. Each of today's 8 games will offer Win Play Show, Quinella Exacta, and Trifecta wagers. We have a daily double that begins in Game 1. To play the daily double, correctly pick the winners of Games 1 and 2. We have 2 pick 3s, an early pick 3 and a late pick 3. Then we have the high-paying High 5 jackpot. High 5 jackpot is a pick 5 wager. Correctly pick the winners of Games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you do so correctly, have the only ticket that does so, you'll cash in on the High 5 with its $2,000 guarantee. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, or if you're in the state of Connecticut, mywinners.com. However, placing a bet not necessary in order for you to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. We have one scratch in today's performance. Once again, we have one scratch in today's performance. Gallo is scratched in his 3 scheduled appearances today. Gallo is scratched in his 3 scheduled appearances today. Rundown of that scratch. Beginning with Game 1, Post 1 in the backcourt, scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with Benny. Game 1, Post 1, scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with Benny. Game 2, Post 7, scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with CRB. Game 2, Post 7, scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with CRB. Finally, in Game 3, Post 8, scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with Benny. Game 3, Post 8, scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with Benny. That is a scratch of a Gallo as he affects today's performance in its entirety, our first 3 games. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com or in the state of Connecticut, mywinners.com. With all that in mind, we ask you to make your wagers as early as possible within scheduled post times and sit back and relax. Post time for Game 1 and our daily double now just less than 7 minutes away. Andrew, hi.
Stu, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
You know what? Doing good today. It's a Wednesday. We're playing highlight, and it's good to be back in the building here for another extra day.
Absolutely. This week and next week.
Yeah. Hope the fans enjoy as well. 8 Pelota games here. Just the one scratch, as you mentioned. Should be a fun day. We got a video here we play before the first game of all performances, and then we'll get back to the chat here. This one will explain the scoring format for all 8 games, which today, as every day, is Spectacular 7 scoring.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And we're back here now, 5 minutes from the start of our first Pelota game today. Let's take a look here.
It's got a really easy feeling in the building. It's relatively calm, cool, and collected as opposed to yesterday when it was rambunctious. Yeah. It's been very mellow. Got here earlier than usual. Processed 1 scratch. Said hi to a few people as they came in the back door. Kind of sarcastically said to myself, the rule does say you get here an hour before your first appearance on the court, but I didn't say it to anybody. Figure I'll save that one.
Steve M., hello. Mo Crank, Matthew Eves, Chuck Jasmine. With a lot of talk about Carballo, first from Mo and then Chuck as well. Yeah, I mean, he played very well yesterday. I mean,
fantastic.
Under control. I mean, and really that match against Lalu kind of slipped away from him at the end. He was in control leading into the 3rd set, and Lalu came back and won, what was it, 4 points in a row to win?
Able to talk with Lalu a little bit afterwards, and the basic report was that, Lalu, as you do, you get used to playing against the people you play against on a regular basis.
Right.
Once you develop certain motions and highlight, the muscle memory, it's like you kind of know what people are generally doing. But Carballo isn't just unique as a player in those motions. He's unique within the world of highlight, the way he moves on the court. So Lalu said that he was definitely thrown off by both, and there was an adjustment that he had to make to it. And pleased with the outcome, but said it was one of the most difficult things. He basically communicated that's about the most difficult singles that he's played since he's come to Magic City.
Yeah, that matchup is, Carballo's won some matches against great players just because his style is so unique, and when he can put it together, he's exciting, he's flashy, and I can imagine he's also frustrating to play against because he makes those one-handed catches, he's diving everywhere, and he just has a knack for bringing the ball in and continuing the rally. So congratulations to both players there, Carballo and Lalu. Carballo picking up his first win in doubles, and Lalu, if we had a player of the day, I mean, he probably would have been a contender.
No question.
It was certainly a big match for him and secured at least some points for his team.
Post-game show going away, or is it just... No, it's actually been personnel issues in the back. There are so many people that you don't get a chance to see or hear from, both in Pelota and Battle Court, to make it go. And so when everything just isn't perfect, no post-game show. Frankly, I was devastated. I sat in the chair with my arms folded saying, oh, no, everybody knows how I feel about that, so I can't really sell that one.
Yeah, I believe that will be coming back, but that was just temporary.
Yeah, literally. That's just been a technical issue that affects the last 2 days, and get it resolved, and you can see me sitting next to Andrew, looking as I do And Kata sent me a picture of it the other day. I guess my mood was emanating through the, well, it was when it was.
That Friday?
I believe it was the Friday. And he sent me a picture of myself as still. And it is kind of a joke with people who've worked with me over the years that I don't have a poker face.
And you just...
If I'm pissed, if I'm frustrated, you know it.
Yeah.
You just know it. But I just call that genuine.
Look, better than the other way around.
But I'm also pretty good about, look, Andrew, I think, will be the first to acknowledge this factor, whether or not it's correct or not, I don't know. But that if I'm off, if I come in with issues from the outside that have me in a bad mood, as opposed to responding to something in my immediate environment, I let you know ahead of time. It's like, hey, I'm off today. So,
No, absolutely.
So I apologize in advance. I'm pretty good about that. Don't believe in subjecting people to, bitchiness because I just happen to be feeling off.
And it's a good life lesson, too. I had to learn. It's not always you, Andrew. It's not about you. It's not you. It's not, it's not.
It's a valuable it's a valuable life lesson.
There's somebody out, but for the most part, it's really never you. And that's why it works well. We got some highlight today on a Wednesday, beginning with Game 1.
We are ready to begin our first game. This is a spectacular. I'm not on. I thought I should be. 7. Doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points doubling after the first round of play. Up first and serving. Red shirts at post 1. El Barba and Benny. Receiving blue post 2. Cool Fitness and Ben. El Barba serves. We begin. There's the backhand by Ben. Here's Benny. Rabote by Benny. Ben makes the catch in the backcourt. Benny to the 8 line. Karam caught the pad, and the pad is bad. Point 1. One team first up on the board in our first game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts at post 3, Ikeda and Bragley. Here's a backhand by Bragley. Benny from the 10 line. Benny moves to the outside to make the catch. Over the top he goes. Bragley from the 12 to the inside. Rabote. Forehand by Ikeda. Low and hard. Scooped up by Benny on the left side. Ikeda on the catch. Backhand from the 7. Rabote save by Benny. Big bounce to the inside. Bragley adjusts. Makes a fine catch. That's high to the front wall. Benny is there. Powerful backhand by Bragley. Rabote save by El Barba. Benny from the 13 line. Ikeda has that on the forehand. Right side from the 7. Rabote forehand. Right up the middle. Ikeda attacks. Takes it on the bounce. Sends it back to pass. Rabote by Benny. Caught in the air. And out of the cesta. Well played by all 4 players. Point goes to the 1. Green shirts of post 4 now receiving. Flores with Arta. Arta on the backhand. Wall to wall. Good scoop by Arta. Here's the backhand. Benny's there. Backhand 2-wall by Benny from the 12 line. Hit the pet. Point 4. Black shirts of post 5 are now receiving. We have Jedden in the front court with Cabrera in the back. Here's the backhand by Cabrera. Scoop by Flores. He flips it back in. Cabrera. Oh! Ate him up. Point 4. That's 2. 2 points for the 4 post. Yellow shirts of post 6 receiving. CRB with Kubala. Here's a backhand by Kubala. Flores, good catch. Here's the backhand from the 8 line to the outside. Scoop attempt. Missed to the outside. Point 6. Pink shirts post 7. Julian and Ron receive. Julian picks this serve. Powerful backhand follows. CRB on the rebote. That clips. Caught by Ron. Kubala saves that rebote. That hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirts post 8. Bueno in Tennessee. Point 7. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue of post 2. Rebote forehand by Julian. Bends there. Ben takes that on the bounce. Well caught at Karam. Attempt from the 10 line. Caught the pad. Point 7. 7 with 4 points. Here's post 3. Ikeda and Bragley. Forehand. This one caught by Julian. Ikeda on the forehand. Ron's there. Ikeda, fine catch. Here's the backhand from the 8. Little clip. Ron makes the catch. Ikeda gets in there, makes a save. Julian on the forehand. Kata calls for another one. Try to take some off of it. That hit the pad, 0.7. Straight points to a possible game point for the pink shirts at post 7. Julian and Ron trying to stop them. El Barba and Benny. There's the backhand by Ron. El Barba, great catch. Costalo thrown hard and scoring. That is beautifully executed by El Barba. 0.1. Play continues, one with 4 points. Here's post 5. Jedden and Cabrera. Cabrera advances and makes a fine catch. Hard backhand follows. Benny on the backhand. Rebote 2-all with a light touch. Scores. Well thrown, 0.5. Four teams back and receiving. Flores and Arta. There's the backhand by Arta. Wall to wall and out to the rebote. Jen on the move. Light touch the inside. It's a good catch by Arta. Drop shot. Oh, Jen's on it. Drop shot. Arta's on it. Flipped it back. Just fell short. .5. Five team has 4 points. Yellow shirts post 6, a return. CRB's on the front court with Kubala in the back. Here's the backhand by Kubala. Cabrera off the side wall. Nice backhand. Cabrera again. CRB with a hop midcourt. Big backhand clears the overhead screen. Jedden for the rebote. Inside it goes. Kubala on the backhand. Powerfully thrown. Rebote. 2-all. CRB moves in from the right side. That scores 0.6. 3 points for the 6 team. Purple shirts post 8 returning. Bueno in Tennessee. Rex, don't have any word on whether or not we'll be open to the public. However, we do make, when we're able to, special allowances. So if you happen to be in town when we're playing, we're able to let you in, we'll be more than happy to. There's a backhand by Kubala. Tennessee is there. Scoop by Bueno. Karen by Bueno is in. 0.8. 8 on the board with 2 points, serving to post 2. Cool Fitness and Ben. Like we did have a request for someone to come in today, but today's just a bit of an off day. Here's a backhand by Ben. Tennessee's there, but we appreciate the interest thoroughly. Here's Ben, beautiful catch on the right side, lays it up. Bueno's midcourt. Low and hard to the inside. Ben is there. Backhand. Rebote forehand saved by Ben. Outside placement, scoop by Cool Fitness. Placement to the outside is stopped by Tennessee. Tennessee safely plays that to the side wall, and Ben makes a great catch at the 12 line. Backhand by Tennessee. Good catch by Cool Fitness. Bueno from the 9. Here's Ben. That ball cuts back to the inside. Bueno hangs in there, makes a difficult play at the side wall. Ben from the 10 line. Wall to wall. Robote forehand outside placement. Will score. 4 points for the 8 post. Bueno and Tennessee. Back and receiving, Ikeda and Bradley. Big backhand by Bradley, caught by Tennessee. Robote left side to the inside. Big bounce. Robote forehand by Bueno to the outside. Ikeda follows it. Makes the catch. Cortada will score. Point 3. 2 points for the 3 team, returning with possible game point. Pink shirts of post 7. Julian and Ron. Julian going for the serve, has a tip ball. Point 3, play continues. 3 with 4 points, serving to post 1. El Barba and Benny return. Here's a backhand by Benny to the inside. Beautiful catch by Bradley in the corner. Hard throw, stopped by Benny. Backhand. Benny to the inside. Robote, forehand. Benny has it on the left. Backhand to the inside. Ikeda's calling for the Robote. He saves it. El Barba, powerful backhand, wall to wall from the left side. El Barba, great catch. Cortada, scoop by Ikeda. Benny going wall to wall. This Robote kicks out all the way to the 4 line. What a catch by Bradley at the side, at back wall rather. Robote to the inside. Ikeda takes it on the bounce at the 10. Backhand. Catch by Benny. Robote saved by Ikeda. Ikeda, left side save. Benny with control. Low and hard. Ikeda calls for it. Makes a difficult save. That shoots straight down. What a catch by Benny. Low. Scoop by Ikeda. Back to the inside. Caught by Benny. Benny on the backhand. Stopped by Ikeda. Backhand from the 9 line. El Barba's back in there. Here's the backhand. Clips. Goes to the forehand of Ikeda. Bradley, beautiful catch at the 13 line. Nice backhand. Benny for the Robote. Makes the save with a light touch. Ikeda's on it. Benny, in and out of the cesta it goes. Well played by both teams, point 3. Possible game point for the white shirts of post 3. Ikeda and Bragli trying to stop them. Flores and Arta. Backhand by Arta, powerfully thrown. Robote save goes up too high. Point 4, play will continue. 4 with 4 points. Here's post 5. Also with 4, Jedden and Cabrera. Cabrera from the 9 line, low and hard to the inside. Arta with a scoop. Powerful backhand follows. Backhand by Flores. Robote. Point 4. Possible game point for the green shirts of post 4. Flores and Arta trying to stop them. CRB and Kubala. Beautiful catch by Arta off the side wall. Big backhand. Robote is coming out. CRB's on it. Arta takes it to 7 line. 2-all. Played to score. Point in game. Post 4. Flores and Arta. Playoff for second and third place. 7 serves to 3. Ikeda picks a serve. The 2-all. It's out. 7 places, 3 shows. Unofficial order finish 4-7-3. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from game 1 now. Official coming in first, post 4. Flores and Arta taking second, post 7. Julian and Iran coming in third, post 3. Ikeda and Bragli. 4-7-3 is the official order finish for our first game. $2 Quinella 4-7. That's first and second in any order. $33. Trifecta 4-7-3. First, second, and third place finishing. $708.40. $2 wager on 4 to win, $22.80, and the first half of our daily double, the number 4. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our second game. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, with points doubling after the first round of play. There's a scratch, game 2, post 7. Gallo is scratched in his scheduled appearances today. That affects game 2, post 7. Take out Gallo, replace Gallo with CRB. Game 2, post 7. Scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with CRB. Game 2 also begins the first of our 2 pick 3s. To play the pick 3, correctly pick the winners of games 2, 3, and 4. Post time. Now just 5 minutes away. Good luck.
We have 4 minutes here until we begin that second game. For any new Highlight fans joining us for the first time, take a look at this video that will explain how Highlight is played.
The main rule of Highlight is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in highline. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a highlight player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
Three minutes till we begin game number 2 here. Game 2 does have one scratch. Gallo is out. CRB will substitute in post 7. Let's take a look at those early doubles standings now. Flores and Arta picking up the win there. It's been a while since we've updated you. Pretty close race. I don't believe there's a bonus prize for the early doubles, but still prize money in every game, and certainly pride on the line too. Jedden and Cabrera are in first place with 8 wins, but Juice and Ron right on their tail there with 7. Ikeda and Bradley in third place with 5 wins. CRB and Kubala and Flores and Arta with 3. Albarba and Gallo 2. Bueno in Tennessee with 1. And Cool Fitness and Ben still winless in this early doubles race. Mo Crank, I believe you mentioned yesterday, maybe 2 days ago actually, the streak that Ron was on. I thought you said he had won 12 of the last 16 games that he's played in across singles and doubles. Well, we can tell you that dating back to week 6, that was about a month ago. Week 6, 2 for 2 in wins in singles. Week 7, 2 for 2 in wins in singles. Week 8, that was last week, he wasn't here. And so far this week, Ron is 2 for 2 again. So that's what? 2 weeks in a row? Now the 3rd week in a row that Ron has won every doubles game. Every singles game, in game 2. So, see if that streak will continue here. That game begins in a minute.
Matt Sutton, are we seeing a relative of yours coming to Magic City next week? Just out of curiosity. Just throwing that out there in the chat. I may be mixing up last names. Tampa T-Town, good to see you. Mo Crank, greetings. I may have said hi already. Sorry for repeating myself. I know someone's having not so much a tryout for a position, but let's see what you got. Type of thing.
Let's begin game number 2.
We're ready to begin our second game. Serving red shirt at post 1, Arta. Receiving blue of post 2, Bueno. There's the serve. We begin. Robote to the inside. 2-all is wide. 0.1. Receiving wide at post 3, Bradley. Bradley, tough catch. Light touch on the return. That's well done. 0.3. Green shirt of post 4. Kubala receives. Kubala on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 10 line. Excellent catch by Kubala. Scoop by Bragley. Light touch. Kubala's on it. Excellent adjustment by Bragley to keep this point alive. Kubala gets in there. That hit the overhead screen. Well played, point 3. Receiving the black post 5, Ron. Hits too high. Point 5. Yellow shirt at post 6. Jedden receives. Point 5. Pink at post 7. CRB receives. Here's the catch by Ron. 2-all. Opens up. CRB gets there. Point 5. 5 with 3 points. Purple shirt at post 8. Cabrera receives. Robote forehand. Point 5. 4 points for Ron in the black post 5. We completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue post 2. Bueno. Here's a backhand by Bueno. Ball tipped at the 9 line, point 2. 2 with 2 points. Here's post 1. Arta. Ernesto. Literally, I was just thinking about you. Not about you specifically, but that we hadn't seen you in the chat. Welcome. Hope all's well. Here's Arta on the catch. Backhand. Green shirt to post 4. Kubala receives. Robote forehand save by Arta. Kubala, great effort. That sails wide, point one. Arta has 5 points and a possible game point. Trying to stop him, Bragley in the white at post 3. Rebote by Arta. Light touch right up the middle. Bragley is there. Rebote saved by Arta. He goes down low. Bragley from the 8 line. Arta on the backhand. Low and hard to the inside. Rebote forehand. Caught the overhead screen. Point in game. Post 1. Arta. 1 wins it, 5 places, 2 serves, 3. This is a playoff 4 show. Two shows. Unofficial order finish, 152. Your price will be up in a moment. Winning game 2, post 1. Arta taking second, post 5. Ron coming in third, post 2. Bueno, 152. The official order finish for our second game. Have your prices up in just a moment. There are your prices. Consolation, daily double, all 125.60. $2 wager on 1 to win, $6.60. Quinella 1-5. That's first and second in any order, $23.60. Trifecta 152, $139.60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our third game, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There's a scratch. Game 3, post 8. Scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with Benny. Game 3, post 8. Scratch Gallo, replace Gallo with Benny. Game 3 also begins the high 5 for today. Play the high 5, correctly pick the winners. So games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you do so correctly, have the only ticket that does so, you'll cash in on the $2,000 high 5 guarantee. Switch, please. 3-4. Bueno, Tennessee, CRB Kubala. Post time. Now just about. See, it's interesting because we have a clock back here. We're always battling with this because when we play videos, you can't see that clock that says 7 whole minutes. And this has come down all the way to, this is like a minute off. So shall we talk? And that way we can shut the clock off?
Do you want to do it? Well, I'm here, Stu.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's have a nice conversation. So, Andrew, these Wednesdays are a good time for you and I to get together and talk about what's happened during our week of highlight. How's this week been?
Well, thinking back to the beginning of the week, how is this week? It's been, what we start on a Monday, right? Week start Monday?
Yes, we start on Mondays,
okay.
1:30 p.m.
Because I was going to say, if you extend that to Friday, it started off a little crazy, and then it's gotten a lot better. We've gone on a nice linear track, downward with the chaos and the...
Yes, the chaos is definitely... Yeah, well, Friday, look, look, I'm told this happens in all sports, that people get ramped up. And certainly it's something we've dealt with since we first began the program in 2018. And managing just how much expression of the frustration is allowable is kind of a mission.
Yeah, and it's difficult, too, in a sport like this. Like, I think football and basketball, right? If you're a referee, you can throw a flag in football, or you can call, like, a technical foul and get someone to stop their behavior. In a sport like...
Yeah, and throw people out.
Right, and kick them out of the game if you need. In a sport like highlight...
Careful with this one, because you've heard this before.
I don't agree with, like, giving like, if someone's behaving like that, okay, we're going to give a point to the other team. Like,
no,
that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, for me,
I disagree with that.
Well, what we're talking about was the way highlight player managers used to have things.
Sure.
Which was, if there was too much of an issue, you out. It was really 2 words. You out, and I'll well, when can I come back? I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Don't come back to the building. I'll let you out of the program. You're scratched until the programs that we've made are done. And then you're out, and then you come back. And then you either correct the behavior. And that doesn't happen more than like twice. But
I can't imagine, yeah.
Switch. 5-6. So this isn't a complaint. It's literally talking about, the thing that I had a really good conversation yesterday after Battle Court with Carballo, who is, he's an explosive athlete, and he is a very thoughtful individual. I mean, he really is. Was that the one thing that has been just wonderful about this program since I began to realize which was probably 2019, was that not only have we been able to be part of the organic development of a program that wasn't plotted out on a piece of paper and said, year 1 will be this, year 2 will be that, year 3 will be this. There have been some surprises for me. The program's gone in directions that we hadn't thought that it would have. But it's worked out in a magnificent
absolutely,
in really a magnificent way. And we've been transparent about it. Folks who have stayed with us since the beginning have watched the development of how it was just the 2018 players. Then we brought in Ron and, Matt first, Douglas. And then that necessitated bringing in Ron and Ikeda, which then opened the door to a Julian, which then opened the door to a more traditional highline player. Then we had the closure of Dania from year-round operation. Could some of those players come in? And some of them could. And could everybody be together in one locker room? The answer is yes, yes, yes. And then could something called Battle Court come together? The answer is yes. Mm-hmm. And could it grow? And could it be part of the sports betting boom here in the United States? The answer apparently is yes. So to be part of something like that, something that will be written about,
Switch, 7-8.
is big. It really is big. That's all I got.
No, that was well said. Well, Ernesto, we'd say to so you haven't been watching the highlight, go back and watch on Friday night. And if you haven't been watching, no better time to tune in than now. We have 5 of the 6 teams still vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, what the hell you been doing, Ernesto?
We got 2 to 3 game days left for every team. So it's not too late, Ernesto.
All of our other fans have been hanging out here. They make appearances from overseas, in fact, from the British Isles.
And Ernesto's right down the road. We can't even get we can't even get a Coke or something. Coca-Cola.
Man, oh man. Ernesto got a great psychiatrist right here in the Gables, 3 miles down the road from the casino here.
Ah, a little chess.
I can't. Competitive chess?
I can't imagine he's joking about that. He has to be telling the truth.
Ernesto, absolutely. That's one thing we've always found out.
How does one play competitive chess? Are there local tournaments
That I don't.
Well, man, you know,
Well, I mean,
Ernesto.
college chess teams, and so
Right.
they obviously play competitively like that, and they slam the timer. And I've seen it. I don't know how it's scored. I don't know how that works.
I know there are like pro, chess
and
players,
chess masters,
right?
Kasparov
But how do you get that title? Like, there's got to be a tournament, a bracket. Is it like what is it?
Well, they all seem to be a little on the tightly wound side.
Oh yeah.
Forgetting what was the American's name?
Thank you, Ernesto.
Cool Fitness serves. We begin with an overserve. Point 2. Receiving, white shirts of post 3. Bueno in Tennessee. Bueno picks the serve. Coasty inside, passing beautifully. Point 3. Green shirts of post 4. CRB and Kubala receive. Here's a backhand by Kubala. Backhand by Kubala. Tennessee, fine catch on the forehand at 13. Here's Bueno from the 6. Light touch. Scores. Point 3. 3 with 2 points. Here's post 5. Jedden and Cabrera. Tampa T-Town. Anything over than regular Coke. Classic. Traditionalist in that regard. Here's the backhand by Cabrera. Tennessee's there. Tennessee, fine catch in the corner. Here's the backhand. There's the backhand to the inside. Scoop by Bueno. Backhand. Rebote. Point 3. Yellow shirts of post 6. Ikeda and Bragley receive. Oh, Ernesto Del Toro, thank you very much. I just looked up in the chat and saw that. Very much appreciated. However, Mo Crank, my goodness, visited, said hi, shook my hand, had 3 cases of Coke with him. Here's Tennessee on the forehand from the 13 line. Here's the backhand by Akeda. Tennessee's there. Robote forehand. Clean miss apparently on that scoop. Here's the forehand by Tennessee. Bragley, great catch. Bueno from the 8 line. Bragley from the 10. Tostado's in the pad. The pad is bad, 0.6. Pink shirts at post 7 are receiving. Julian, Ron. There's backhand by Ron. It scores, 0.7. Purple shirts post 8 will complete the first round of play. So Barba and Benny. Benny substitutes for the scratched Gallo. Point 7. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return. Right at post 1. Cool Fitness and Ben. A rotate forehand. Catch by Julian. Big backhand by Ben. Robote coming out. Point 7. 4 points for the 7 team. Blue post 2 receiving. Flores and Arta. Robote forehand. Arta makes the catch. Costello 2-all. Stopped by Julian. Excellent catch by Arta. Big backhand. Ron's there. Point 7. Possible game point. Pink shirts at post 7. Julian and Ron trying to stop them. CRB and Kubala. There's the backhand by Kubala. Ron's there. Here's the backhand to the inside. A Robote. Robote forehand. Kubal on the bounce. Forehand to the inside. Ron up high with a tip ball. Point 4. 4 team has 2 points. Black shirts at post 5. Jedden and Cabrera receive. There's the backhand by Cabrera. Scoop is missed, 0.5. 5 with 2 points. Here's post 3. White shirts return. Bueno in Tennessee. Tennessee advances to make the catch. Cabrera to the inside. Robote forehand. Cabrera's there. Here's the backhand by Cabrera. Tennessee is there. Karam is out, 0.5. 5 with 4 points. Ikeda and Bragley receive. Powerful forehand. Robote. Scoop. Here's the backhand. Robote forehand. Catch by Jedden. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Well played, 0.5. Possible game point, black shirts, post 5. Trying to stop them, post 8, Elbarba and Benning. Scoop by Jedden. Forehand to the corner, cut off by Benning. Big backhand follows. What a catch by Benning. Juggling. That ball was bobbled. Point goes to the 5. Point a game, post 5. 7 places, 3 shows. Unofficial order finish, 5-7-3. Price will be up in a moment. $5-7-3 official order finish. $2 Quinella 5-7-20-7-80. Trifecta 5-7-3 674-20. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 4th game. Spectacular 7 singles match played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Post time for game 4. 6 minutes. Good luck. 5 minutes to go before we begin at Game 4. That's it for the scratches. Gallo is scratching games 1, 2, and 3. No scratches from here on out. Again, Game 4 coming up. See a new, for those of you new to the program, see kind of a new crop of players coming out.
Some good conversation. Blue Jays forever. Again, that's a very good question. If you've been watching and you have that question, that means you're understanding the game, and that's great.
Please share with me the question. I couldn't find.
He said,
the
"Is there a reason why in doubles they don't use the green wall as much as in solo play in singles? Why they don't throw as many shots in doubles?" Well, I think simply put is there's two players out there, so there's less space to score. And if the defensive player gets it on the outside, they're in a pretty good spot to score on the return. So in singles, it's a lot easier to throw those two walls. In doubles, there's simply just less space out there to score, and you don't want the opposing front quarter to have it on the forehand from the outside. That's dangerous.
And you're also talking about a feature that is unique to short court highlight. It is true that in traditional highlight on the longer courts, you do tend to see more shots in doubles. Specifically, when the server is at his greatest disadvantage, which is when he's serving the ball from the 11 line, and the front quarter is in the service box considerably further away on a traditional court than he is here. The receiver standing up in that box. And if he's got a good two wall, meaning that it goes, he throws it into the sidewall, cuts to the front wall, hits the floor around the 2 or 3 line and goes out. He's doing that as the guy who's serving the ball is running straight to the outside to try to get it. So yes, on a bigger court, you do tend to see more shots in doubles.
And also for a new viewer too, and I think the question, Blue Jay, also is like, why are they throwing it inside so much too? And that is also strategy. I mean, we say in battle court a lot, but the closer that ball is to the side wall, the more difficult it is for the player to make a catch. And then you also have the chula here. It's a spot where the back wall and the floor meet, and if you hit that spot, very rarely, but it can just roll out of there, and that's not a returnable shot either. So there is strategy, and a lot of the strategy is playing the ball inside. They're not just throwing it there to throw it there. They are trying to put it on the wall and make that catch as difficult as possible.
There is a certain amount of volley, especially at the higher levels. There's a certain amount of volleying until you're in the position. And what is interesting is if you watch enough highlight, you can see when a player goes from being in an offensive position to a defensive position, and from a defensive position to an offensive position, sometimes within the course of the same catch and throw.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Guy turns for a rebote, throws a 2-wall off the rebote. It should be a defensive shot, turns into an offensive one. But keep asking those questions, Blue Jays. Good to have you with us this season, and glad that you're enjoying. Yeah.
Not everybody is patient.
No, that is true. No, I mean, and you see that too. If if you're getting a matchup, for example, where you know that you're playing against two guys that are great catchers of the ball, you might take a little more risk. You might shoot a little quicker than maybe you normally do because you're trying to score, and you know that you can't play that rally game. But you definitely got it. And I agree. I don't know if I would be patient enough either. Well, Ernesto, we've talked about that during Battle Court, which, again, it's been sad that you haven't been with us, but that is what makes Go Sherry Go Sherry. There is never a safe moment or a moment of comfortability for the opponent. You're always on edge. You're always waiting for a shot, whether he catches it in the air, it's coming off the back wall, and he's got tremendous foot speed. He can get everywhere too. It's complete package, really. Game 4. Let's play.
Time to begin our fourth game. It is a spectacular 7. Singles match played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving, red shirt at post 1. Benny receiving blue at post 2. Gonaga. Benny serves. We begin. Gonaga low and hard to the inside. Benny is there. Backhand, wall to wall. Robote off the forehand. 2-all by Gonaga. Well played and scoring. Point 2. White shirt at post 3. Lalu receives. Ball tipped off the serve. Point 2. Green shirt at post 4. Ikeda receives. Catch by Gonaga. 2-all. Lands in and scores. Point 2. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Backhand 2-all. Scoop by Nicholas. Nicholas from the forehand. Robote forehand. Catch by Gonaga. 2-all by Gonaga is in. Point 2, 4 points for the 2 post. Inaki receives. Yellow post 6. Inaki from the forehand to pass. Costado, 2-all, scores, point 6. Pink shirt of post 7, Julian receives. Inside placement by Inaki scores, point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive purple shirt at post 8, Manny. Point 6. 6 on the board with 3 points. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to receive the second round, Benny, red at post 1. That ball gets away from Benny, hits the overhead screen, point 6. Inaki has 5 points and a possible game point trying to stop him. Lalu. Here's a backhand by Lalu. Lalu's Costado will score along the sidewall. Point 3, play continues. Green shirt to post 4, Ikeda receives. There's the backhand by Ikeda. Ikeda backhand 2-all will land in and score. Point 4. Black shirt to post 5. Nicholas receives. Ernesto, you know that the only thing that we talk about here is highlight. When it comes to policy, we can discuss highlight policy. However, when you're talking about national policy, I am a student of history. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Ikeda, nice pickup at the 11 line. Backhand to the inside. Rotate forehand by Ikeda. Powerfully thrown. Stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas hard to the inside. Rotate forehand. Nicholas is there. What a catch by Nicholas. Nice hop off the side wall. Kate on the forehand. Picada. Big bounce brought down by Nicholas. Nicholas to the inside. Ikeda catches it in the air. Throws the carom. Caught by Nicholas. Nicholas on the outside. He goes high. A little too much sidewall. That is going to land out of play. Point 4. 4 points for the 4 post. Goenaga receives. Blue post 2. You're funny, Ernesto. Yes, by history, they've worked out beautifully. There's a backhand by Goenaga. Rebote. Costalo is out. Point 4. Possible game point for Ikeda in the green of post 4. Trying to stop him is Julian. There's a backhand by Julian to the inside. Robote, forehand by Ikeda, beautifully played. Julian from the 9. Robote forehand. Julian tracks it to midcourt. Scoop by Ikeda. Here's the backhand from the 9 line. Little clip. Julian has it. Scoop by Ikeda again. Backhand 2-all. will score for the win. Point and game, post 4, Ikeda. 6 places, 2 shows. Unofficial order finish, 462. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 4 are official. Coming in first, post 4. Ikeda taking second, post 6, Iñaki. Coming in third, post 2, Goenaga. 4-6-2, the official order finish for Game 4. Pick 3, 154, 2 of 3 numbers returning 116.60. $2 wager on 4 to win, 17.40. $1 quinella, first and second in any order, 4-6, $87.70. Trifecta 4-6-2, first, second, and third place finishing, 632.20. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is Game 5, the first of our 2 feature doubles games. Game 5 played 2 7 points, points double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in our 5th game. And post time is now just less than 7 minutes away. Good luck. Nice catch by Kubala. Backhand from the 10 line. Hit it powerfully from the forehand. Robote 2-all. That is beautifully executed by Kubala to score. Iñaki backhand from the 11 line. Aratz looks for the rebote. Catch by Iñaki. He winds up. Costello 2-all, opens wide and scores. Rebote forehand. Manu's there. Two all, 0.5. Bote to the inside. Jairo cuts it off at the 8 line. Here's the backhand, a little lower and harder. Bote by Benny, right to the left side of Jairo. Jairo 2-all, another one scores. There's backhand by Naki. Robote, left side, 2-all. That scores. Rotate forehand by Jairo. Caught by Gaucheri. Backhand. Low runner. Rotate save. The big bounce. Stays to the inside. That's on the wall. Catch by Gaucheri. 2-all scores. 0.4. Catch by Rotz. Rotz midcourt. Nicholas is there. 2-all. In. Two all. Beautifully executed by Aratz to score. There's a backhand by Manny. Two all scores, point two. Backhand by CRB. El Barba passes. Robote. Scoop by El Barba. The 2-all with a light touch. That's beautiful. That scores.
And folks, that top 10 there will take us down under 2 minutes till the start of game number 5. Feature doubles game starting up. Look at those late doubles standings here. Unless you looked like you have something to
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
just real quick, Ernesto was talking about power, and the one thing that Ernesto hasn't seen was some of the scary power that appeared out of nowhere at the beginning of this season that both you and I were commenting on.
Oh, yeah.
Of a French style. Don't know that it's on. Don't know that it's out there this week. This has been the one off week. Of course, that's when Ernesto would tune in. But anyway, go ahead and finish your thought.
9 wins for Inaki and Manu in first place in the late doubles. Gosheri and Ben are in second right now with 8 wins. Jairo and Benny still in third. Nitrabide and Nicholas Gonaga and Manny, they're in fourth place with 5 wins. So pretty close. First and second will take home a bonus prize in the late tournament. See what happens. That game starting up in just a few moments.
Time to begin our 5th game. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirts of Post 1, Arutia and Lalu. Receiving in the blue of Post 2, we have Douglas and Julin. Arutia serves. We begin. Point 1. Receiving the white shirts of Post 3, Gonaga and Manny. Lalu takes that off the sidewall, backhand to the 9 line. Manny from the 13. Scooped by Manny. Here's the backhand. Arrutia from the 8 line. Rotate forehand. Arrutia attacks. He's at 3 line. Drop shot. Manny got there. Flips it back blind. Beautifully played by Manny. Low runner to the inside. Scooped up by Goenaga, who's now in the back. Lalu. Backhand from the 9 line. Blasted. Manny gets in there. Robote save. 2-all opens wide and scores. A well-played point by all 4 players. Point goes to the 1. One with 2 points. Here's post 4. The green shirts. Iturbide and Nicholas. Robote left side. Big bounce brought down by Nicholas. Robote. This one caught by Iturbide. Iturbide to the inside, scooped up by Lalu. Lalu powerfully from the left side, and here's Nicholas. Powerful Costalo stays inside. Beautiful catch by Nicholas. Ball tipped, point 4. 4 serving to the black shirts, post 5. Go Sherry and Ben. Ben advances to make the catch. Here's the backhand. Rotate forehand. Sherry has it in the air. Backhand. Ben from the 12 line on the left side. Here's Nicholas, backhand. Beautiful catch by Ben on the forehand. Iturbide, backhand. Robote coming off. Sherry. Philo, stop by Iturbide. Carom by Iturbide scores on the return. Well played, point 4. Yellow shirts of post 6, Iñaki and Manu receive. Underserve, point 6. Inaki serving 2. The pink shirts of post 7. Alex and Arat. Scoop by Iñaki. Alex is there. Costado to the inside. Scoop by Manu. Here's the backhand. Rebote forehand. Costado caught the pad. 0.7. In this matchup, Alex is serving to the purple shirts at post 8. Ikeda and Benny. There's the backhand by Benny. Ikeda takes it on the hop. Low and hard to the inside. Aratz in the backcourt makes the play. Benny, Robote from the 10 line. Alex takes that on the bounce. 2-all. Will score. 0.7. 7 on the board with 2 points. Here's post 2. Douglas and Julian. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points. Now through the end of the game. There's the backhand by Julian. Robote coming up the middle. Aratz from the 9 line. Douglas on the catch. Scoop attempt missed, 0.2. Two with 2 points. Here's post 3. Goenaga and Manny. Here's a backhand by Manny. Julian advances to make the catch. Here's a backhand by Douglas. Robote just tipped, 0.2. 4 points for the 2 team. Douglas will serve the returning red shirts of post 1, Arutia and Lalu. Here's the backhand by Lalu. Robote for Douglas. He makes a save. Arutia has it in the air. Powerful Costado into the pad. 0.2. Possible game point for the blue shirts post 2. Douglas and Julian trying to stop them. Go Sherry and Ben. Backhand by Ben. Douglas, forehand Robote. Gaucheri has it. Costado to the inside. Julian has this on the right side. Big forehand to Ben. Beautiful catch, the 12 line. Douglas at the side wall. Backhand from the 8. Lower end, harder end. Gaucheri's there. Ben now from the 12. Rotate forehand by Douglas. Ben's there. Gaucheri again, powerfully from the left side. Here's the backhand by Julian. Ben from the forehand. Douglas at the 8. Backhand. Lower and harder. Right to the corner. Rebote save by Gaucheri. Cut off by Douglas. Douglas to the inside. Scoop attempt tipped in the front court. Point in game. Post 2. Douglas and Julin. 2 wins it. 4, 7, and 1 will play off for second and third place. 4 first serves to 7. Rotz on the backhand. Powerful backhand by Rotz again. Rebote. Forehand. Nicholas moves to the outside, makes a great catch. Rotz saves it on the left side. Iturbide takes it in the air, fires it inside where it scores. Well played, point 4. Possible place point for post 4. Trying to stop them, Urrutia and Lalou. Rebote. This one caught by Urrutia. Urrutia hard. Scooped by Nicholas. Cortada. Stopped by Urrutia. Here's the backhand. Lalou from the 11 line. Fine catch. Hard throw. Ball tipped in the backcourt. 4 places, 7 serves to 1. This is show point. Rebote save by Alex. Will score. Seven. Chose. 2-4-7. Unofficial order finish 4. Game 5. Results from our 5th game are official. Coming in first, post 2. Douglas and Julin taking second, post 4. Iturbide and Nicholas coming in third, post 7. Alex and Rotz. 2-4-7. Official order finish 4, game 5. $2 Quinello, 2-4. First and second in any order, $34.40. Trifecta 2-4-7. For its first, second, and third place finishing $386.60. $2 wager on 2 to win, $13. Up next, Game 6. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Post time for Game 6. Just about 6 minutes away. Good luck.
Douglas reaches on the inside to cut it off. Hard throw, wall to wall, dropping in the corner. Hyro's got the save. Douglas waiting for it again off his footing, drops it to the inside. Hyro with a big bounce makes the catch up high on the left side.
So 2-0 stop by Manny. Manny's forehand return. What a beautiful catch by Carballo at the 10 line. By Manny. Manny to the inside. Gaucheri reads it, stops it with the scoop. Here's the backhand at the 12. Scoop by Manny. Excellent catch by Aratz. Scoop by Gaucheri. There's a backhand by Douglas, powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Inaki, Rebote save to the inside. Douglas is there. Goes to the inside. What a scoop by Iñaki. Here's a backhand by Robin. Low runner to the inside. Rebote left side by Ben. Robin on the catch. Here's the backhand. What a scoop by Robin. CRB. Rebote, left side. What a scoop by CRB. Excellent play by Nicholas there at the screen. Arrow on the catch. Scoop by Manu. That's beautiful.
And we're back here, minute now from the start of game number 6. Game 6 will begin the late pick 3 in today's performance. With that, let's begin.
Time again, game 6, spectacular 7 scoring. Serving, red shirt at post 1, Iturbide receiving in the blue at post 2, Aratz. Iturbide from the 10 line to the inside. Robote forehand. Fall short. Point 1. Ichibide first up on the board in our 6th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt at post 3, Iñaki. Backhand by Iñaki. Robote. Costado. It's out. Point 1. Green shirt at post 4. Gaucher receives. Here's the backhand to the inside. Beautiful catch by Ichibide. Powerful throw. Ichibide midcourt. Inside placement scores point 1. One with 3 points. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Gonaga. Robote forehand by Ichibide. Rotate left side. The Filo. Robote will score. Point 5. Yellow shirt to post 6. Manu receives. Rotate forehand. Forehand cam, Robote. Lands wide, point 5. 5 with 2 points. Here's post 7. The pink shirt receives. Urrutia. Rotate forehand to the outside. Stopped, but not held on to. Point 5. 5 with 3 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirt to post 8. Douglas. Robote left side to the outside. Douglas read it, stopped it. What a catch by Gonaga. Beautifully played. Douglas, Robote 2-all. Caught the pad, point 5. 5 with 4 points as we complete the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue post 2, Arats. Robote forehand. Rotz makes the save. 2-all light touch. Goenaga moved up. Drop shot. Scores. 0.5. Possible game point. Black shirt of post 5. Goenaga. Trying to stop him. Iñaki. Robote forehand, straight back. Robote powerfully thrown by Goenaga. Point game, post 5. Goenaga. 5 wins it, 1 places, 4-6, 7-8, 2 and 3. Pair off and playoff, 4 show. 4 first serves to 6. Manu on the catch. Powerful forehand. Lands in and scores 0.6. 7 serves to 8. Backhand by Douglas, powerfully thrown. Rutia to the outside. That lands in and scores 0.7. 2 now serves to 3. Costello by Inaki to the inside, scores 0.3. 6, 7, and 3 remain in the playoff for third place, 6 serves to 7. Here's the backhand by Arutia. Manu's there. Point 6. 6 with 4 points and a possible show point, trying to stop him. Iñaki. Two all by Iñaki, scores. We'll turn them around now. 3 serve 6. This is show point. Robote forehand to the inside. Manu's there. Manu, high and hard to the inside. A Robote turned on the forehand of Iñaki. Robote by Manu. Costello scores. 3 shows. Unofficial order finish 5-1-3. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results are official for Game 6. Coming in first, post 5, Goanaga. Taking second, post 1, Iturbide. Coming in third, post 3, Inaki. 5-1-3, the official order finish for our 6th game. Up next, back to doubles, Game 7. A spectacular 7 doubles match, played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. No scratches in Game 7. Game 7 will conclude the high five for today. Let's take a look at those prices first. Moving along a little quickly here, Andrew. Andrew usually stops me and says, "Hey, are you going to read the prices?" I'm like, For a second, I thought you had your microphone in your hand while completing that very verbally abusive sentence. So let's just continue. A $2 wager on 5 to win, $19. Quinella, 1-5, first and second in any order, $37.60. Trifecta, 5-1-3, $310.80. Up next, Game 7. Spectacular 7 scoring. Post time for Game 7. Now just less than 7 minutes away. Good luck.
Let's see the high five. No. Quick no. Not going to be hit today. 2 of 5, 3 of 5. And don't forget, there will be another force out before the end of our Pelota season. That will come at the end of April. Next chance to try the high five will be Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week for Pelota. Post time for Game 7. 7 minutes. Good luck.
Outside placement scores for Arat. Ball taking an odd bounce off the back wall. El Barba advances, takes it on the bounce at the 4 line. Outside placement. Placed outside well to score. Catch. Kid to the inside, low and hard. Voila. Nice grab at the 11 line. Outside placement scores for Ikeda. Backhand by Aratz. Benny's there. Here's backhand by Benny. Wall to wall. Rotate forehand, drop shot. Benny gets there, stops it. Outside placement, scores. Manny on the catch. Pika. Stop by Aratz. Drop shot by Aratz. Manny takes off. He gets there. Rifles it outside to score. Backhand by Anderluck. Catch by Bragley. Backhand by Bragley. That clears the overhead screen. Anderluck outside placement of the forehand rebote is in. 1-1. Hello. Tennessee's there. Bala moving out to the 5 line to turn the rebote. Outside placement scores. Here's the backhand by Manu again. Rebote forehand. Outside placement of the forehand. Rebote scores. Here's a catch by Benny. Backhand by Gaucheri. In, pointing.
And folks, that top 10 will take us here under a minute. Just about a full minute till the start of game number 7. Back to some of the chat here. Yeah, Ernesto. Yes, very much a left-handed player. Who else? I know Anderson was a lefty. I think Ben's a lefty.
Ben, Gaucheri.
Yeah, Ben with the left side, it makes sense. Anderson, I guess, is the anomaly because he's a
Very
left
much so.
side and he's right side dominant in highlight. But Gaucheri is really the one where you could he's a lefty and the Costado's his biggest weapon. He throws it so well.
Good on both sides.
Yeah. Let's see, game 7. Just about. Yes, it is. Ready to begin now.
We're ready to begin our 7th game. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Up first and serving in the red shirts, post 1. Bueno and Benny receiving in the blue of post 2. Alex and Aratz. Bueno serves, we begin. Beautiful catch by Aratz at the 12 line. Here's the backhand. Benny at the 11. Alex powerfully wall-to-wall from the left side. Rebote forehand. Aratz is there. Ball tipped in the backcourt, point 2. Receiving the white shirts, opposed 3. Iñaki and Manu. Here's a backhand. Manu is there. Rotate forehand by Alex. Alex, forehand rote. Inaki has it midcourt. Costado to the inside. Aratz. Fine pickup at the 12 line. Here's the backhand by Aratz. Manu's there. Inaki back to the 9 line. Here's the backhand. Costado by Inaki, cut off by Alex. Beautiful catch. Hard backhand on the return. Backhand 2-all is caught by Alex. Cortada by Alex. That scores. 0.2. 2 with 2 points. Receiving. Green shirts opposed 4. Kosheri and Ben. Here's the backhand. Ben makes the catch. Alex comes cross court, makes that catch high on the left side. Aratz, rebote. Kosheri midcourt. Scoop by Aratz. There's the backhand. Ball tipped in the front court, 0.4. Kosheri will now serve to the black shirts opposed 5. Goanaga and Manny. Kosheri, beautifully thrown ball to the inside. Goanaga got in there before the second bounce. Cortada caught the pad, 0.5. Yellow shirts opposed 6 receiving. Iturbide and Nicholas. There's a backhand by Nicholas. Manny makes the catch. Rebote by Goanaga. Ball tipped in the backcourt, 0.5. 5 with 2 points. Pink shirts opposed 7. Douglas and Julian. Ball tipped in the backcourt, 0.7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirts of post 8, Arutia and Lalu. There's a backhand by Julian. Lalu is there. Big backhand by Lalu. Wall to wall from the left side. Beautiful catch by Julian off the wall at the 12 line. Julian now from the 10 on the right side. Robote, left side. Douglas will take that on the bounce. And it scores. 0.7. Jesus Christ. First round's complete. Rebote forehand to the inside. Benny looking for the rebote. It's a 2-all. He's been doing that. They've been working. 0.1. White shirts post 3. Naki and Manu receive. Benny makes the catch behind him on the right side. Big right side follows. Manu, backhand. Point 3. Alex and Aratz receive. Beautiful catch by Aratz off the side wall. Back to the side wall. Inaki's there. Here's a backhand by Manu. Aratz again, wall to wall. Aratz from the back wall on the left side. Manu from the 11. Alex on the rebote. Keeps it inside at the side wall. Manu makes the stop. Rebote forehand. Catch by Iñaki. Here's the backhand. Aratz turns and makes the save. It's high. Stop by Iñaki. Iñaki to the outside. Alex makes the stop. 2-all. 2 score. 0.2. Two with 4 points. Here's post 4. Go Sherry and Ben. Unders, sir, point 4. 4 with 3 points. Here's post 6. Iturbide and Nicholas. What a catch by Ben at the side wall. Beautifully played. Here's Nicholas. Backhand to the inside. Ben on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 12. Ben's there. Backhand from the 12 again. Ben from the 11 line to the inside. What a catch by Nicholas. High overhead. Ben now from the 12. Rebote by Go Sherry. Takes the big bounce. Beautiful catch by Ben. Ben powerfully. Nicholas is there. Sherry on the rebote. Nicholas chooses the rebote. Little clip to the outside it goes. But Sherry's calling for it. Makes the rebote for the big bounce. What a grab by Nicholas. A blind backhand is in play. Back to the inside, and so is Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Rebote. Rotate fired by Go Sherry. That one kicked. Nicholas makes the save. He's going to the outside. Big bounce. Perfectly placed to score. Point 6.
Wow.
Black shirts to post 5. Goanaga and Manny receive. Scoop by Nicholas. Manny gets in there. Backhand. Iturbide on the forehand. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Manny from the 12 line to the inside. Nicholas is there. Backhand from the 12. Manny in the corner. Great catch down low. Iturbide at the side wall. Powerful backhand. Rebote dropping is saved by Goanaga. Rebote, forehand, beautifully played by Goanaga. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Manny takes that off the wall. Iturbide, forehand, rebote. Caught by Manny. Manny over the top. Iturbide now from the 7 line. Cortada stopped before the second bounce by Goanaga. That's beautifully played. Robote. Robote forehand. Cut off by Iturbide. Backhand. Goenaga picks that up on the left side. Backhand to the inside. Nicholas is there. Catch by Iturbide. Powerful, powerful backhand stop by Manny. Manny brings it over the top. What a catch by Nicholas. Nicholas at the back wall. Backhand to the inside. Iturbide has it. Costello right up the middle. Caught on the forehand of Manny. Manny comes over the top. Picala brought down at the 13 line by Nicholas. Nicholas right up the middle. Caught by Goenaga. Low and hard. Stopped on the forehand of Nicholas. Iturbide, great grab down low. Costado inside. Manny's looking for a difficult rebote. He made the save. Manny on the backhand. Rebote forehand by Iturbide, cut off by Goenaga. Goenaga to the inside. Nicholas, great catch on the forehand. Ball tipped. What play by all four players. Point goes to the 6. 6 with 4 points. Purple at post 8. Urrutia and Lalu receive. Powerful backhand by Lalu. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Rotate forehand. Urrutia calls for it. Nicholas from the 12 line to the inside. Ball tipped. Point 6. Possible game point, yellow shirts up post 6. Iturbide and Nicholas trying to stop them. Douglas and Julian. Nicholas will take this on the bounce. Powerful forehand. Douglas keeps on the left side. Powerful backhand. Nicholas to the inside. Rebote for Douglas. Forehand rebote to the left side of Iturbide. Powerful backhand. Caught by Julian. What a catch by Iturbide overhead. Goes to the corner, out to the rebote. Douglas is there. Rebote left side by Douglas. Mid-court placement stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas with the cortada. Caught the pad, .7. 7 with 4 points. Here's post 1 as play continues. Bueno with Benny. Difficult catch by Bueno at the side wall. Julian up high. Bueno again. Rebote forehand. Oh, Magic City bounce. .7. Possible game point. Pink shirts at post 7. Douglas and Julian trying to stop them. Iñaki and Manu. Douglas gets in there. There's the backhand. Powerfully thrown. Julian, tough catch. Back at the 12 line. Big right side. Cut off by Inaki. Douglas, forehand rebote. Manu picks it up. Backhand. Julian from the 11 line. Julian again from deep in the backcourt. Rotate forehand by Douglas to the inside. Manu is there. Inaki from the 8. Wall to wall from the left side. Robote forehand. Manu takes it in the air. Backhand to the inside. Julian with a tip ball. Point 3. Play continues. 3 with 4 points. Serving to post 2. Alex and Aratz. Scoop by Manu. Here's the backhand. Beautiful catch by Aratz. Ball tipped. Point 3. Possible game point for the white shirts of post 3, Inaki and Manu. Trying to stop them. Go Sherry and Ben. Ben backs up. He makes a difficult catch. Manu turns to save the rebote. It's inside. Gaucheri's calling for it. That's floating. Manu takes this on the right side. Forehand to pass. Gaucheri for the rebote. On the side wall. That is such a tremendous catch by Manu. Ben's there. Backhand from the 11. Robote missed mid-court. Point in game, post 3. Inaki and Manu. 6 serves to 7. This is a playoff for second and third place. There's the catch. Backhand to the inside. Julian is there. Powerful backhand caught by Julian. Julian on the backhand from the 11 line. Nicholas reaches in. Julian from the forehand, crossing. Robote midcourt. Ichibite is there. Julian on the catch. Ichibite gets in there to make the rebote, keeps it inside. Julian takes it on the bounce at the 9 line. Rebote. Julian will take this in the air at the 11. Right up the middle on the forehand of Nicholas. Picada by Nicholas, brought down by Julin. Julin powerfully from the forehand. What a catch by Nicholas. Powerful backhand, too much. That kicked up and hit the overhead screen. 7 places, 6 shows. Unofficial order finish, 376. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 7 are official. Coming in first, post 3. Inaki and Manu taking second, post 7. Douglas and Julin coming in third, post 6. Iturbide and Nicholas. There are your prices. $2 Quinella 3.7, $50. Trifecta 376, $1,015.40. Cello wager on 3 to win, $6. The high five, 54253, 3 of 5 numbers, returning $60.20. Carryover jackpot, $264.42. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is this afternoon's 8th and final game. Spectacular. 7, singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Last game before we come back for Battle Court on Friday, 7 p.m., which time we are open to the public. But first, our 8th and final game for this Pelota performance, which is now just 5 minutes away. Good luck.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like, they paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having the work, play Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire. This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father. Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And folks, that was a trailer for the award-winning documentary about the inaugural season of play right here in Magic City. That is called Magic City Hustle. Directed by Billy Corbin, the creator of Cocaine Cowboys, Screwball, The U, and much more. This film highlights the transition of these Magic City athletes from their respective careers in other sports right here at the Highlight Fronton. You can watch Magic City Hustle directly from Google Play or iTunes, either rent or buy from either platform. If you buy for just a few dollars more, you can enjoy it as many times as you like for life. And that will take us here 3 minutes, probably closer to 2 minutes till the start of Game 8. That's it for today after Game 8. But on Friday, we'll be back with Battle Court, Cyclones and Renegades on that Friday night. A little bit later start, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Open to the public.
We are open to the public.
Free parking, free admission, free seating. Lots of action, tons of noise. I mean,
Free
lots
betting?
of entertainment.
Well, there's a free betting game. But if you bet on Hard Rock, you do have to put your own money in there.
I was just about to say that.
We are not affiliated. We should say not affiliated with the Hard Rock Sportsbook app, but we have a free betting game here. So come on down, win some money. It doesn't cost you anything. You get to enjoy great highlight. You don't have to pay for parking.
I'll wave from behind the window. Occasionally I come out. I still have no idea why anybody ever wants to meet the announcer. I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm flattered, but I don't get it. I'm not that entertaining. Ask Andrew. I
don't know.
I mean, do you think I'll see the 4 months that we're off? You think Andrew's going to like anything? I'm literally going to fly to Chicago and just show up. Literally. I'm just going to call the Bleckman. I'm just going to I picture the estate in my head. I picture it. Me with a bag over my shoulder, like at the front door, at the front gate, pressing the button about a mile away from the front door. Yeah, I flew in. It's a surprise. Can someone? Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Is it my birthday? Is that a present? Is it? If you can find it, that'd be good. But there is no gate. It's just it is a tough place to find.
I actually was thinking about it.
Going to Chicago? Yeah. I don't know what.
My only experiences with Chicago were in the winter, and they were all miserable. I'd like to have a nice one during the summer.
No, you shouldn't go. Well, that might be the right time.
Let's play.
I'll be there. One more game. Game number 8. Let's finish it off.
This cough is killing.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to begin Game 8. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, Manu. Receiving in the blue at post 2, Alex. Manu serves. We begin. Point 2. White shirt at post 3, Arutia receives. Powerful backhand by Arutia. Clean miss, Robote to the outside, point 2. Two on the board with 2 points. Here's post 4, Aratz. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5, number 20. Gaucheri receives. Powerful backhand. Robote 2-all with a light touch. Gaucheri reads it, has it on the forehand. Aratz goes for the Robote play. Gaucheri backing up. Backs all the way to the 12 line. Makes the catch. Hard forehand. Aratz takes it in the air. Fakes the 2-all. Gaucheri reads it. Goes up the wall. Makes the catch. Light touch. Aratz has it. 2-all with a light touch. Opens. Got him. My, oh my, what play between Aratz and Gaucheri. And Aratz got him. Point 4. Yellow shirt at post 6. Douglas receives. There's a backhand by Douglas. Remote forehand by Rotz. Douglas is there. Powerful, powerful backhand. Caught by Rotz. Douglas in the 9 line. Rotate forehand by Douglas. Douglas takes us on the forehand twice, actually. Point 4. Pink shirt at post 7. Nicholas receives. Here's the backhand by Nicholas to the inside. Rotate forehand. Nicholas makes the catch midcourt. Rotz to the backcourt. Backhand to the inside. Two balls out. Point 7. Purple shirt at post 8. Iturbide receives. Backhand by Iturbide. Here's Nicholas to the inside. Robote forehand. Nicholas makes the catch. 2-all by Nicholas. Scores. Point 7. 2 points for the 7 team. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the red at post 1, Manu. Robote forehand by Nicholas. Manu advances, takes it in the air. Right side to the outside. Will score. Point 1. Manu serves to the white shirt at post 3, Arrutia. Excellent serve by Manu. Nice catch and return by Arrutia. Backhand, low and hard. Arrutia up the wall. Backhand, caught by Manu. Rotate forehand, midcourt. Manu's there. Manu sends this to the outside. Arrutia going for a 2-all. That will hit the pad. Point 1. Manu has 4 points. He's serving to the blue at post 2. Alex. Beautiful catch by Manu, high on the left side. Backhand. Alex makes the save. Inside. Rotate forehand. Catch by Alex. Karen by Alex. Stopped by Manu. Manu from the forehand. Alex will stop that in the air. Inside placement with a light enough touch to bounce twice. Point 2. 4 points for the 2 post. Gaucheri receives. There's a backhand by Gaucheri. Oh, what a catch by Alex at the side wall. Gaucheri also at the side wall, juggling on Gaucheri's catch. Point goes to the 2. Possible game point for the blue shirt at post 2. Alex trying to stop him. Douglas. Rebote saved by Douglas. Big bounce brought down by Alex. Alex hard to the inside. Ball tipped. Point in game. Post 2. Alex. 1 places, 4 shows. Unofficial order finish. 2-1-4. Your price will be up in a moment. Results from Game 8 are official. Coming in first, post 2. Alex taking second, post 1. Manu coming in third, post 4. Arats. 2-1-4, the official order finish 4. Game number 8, we'll have your prices up here in just a moment. So you're saying you don't want me to come to Chicago, is what you're saying? I'm not invited.
Oh, I didn't say that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not just going to be sitting there enjoying life. You know, I'm going to be working. I'm going to be doing stuff. But you know, maybe maybe a dinner or two.
You said working? No, seriously.
See these beautiful videos? You think they get made themselves, Stu? You think they just pop up out of the ground?
I am giving him a hard time. He does. I do know you put
kill myself for hours, days.
I know you do, because the reports come in from your mom. We know that, if anyone knows if you're working, it is.
She'll tell you if I'm not working. Yeah, she'll tell you. She won't tell you if I'm working. She'll tell you when I'm not working. Yeah.
2-1-4. The official order finished for Game 8. Pick 3, 5-3-2, 3-3 numbers, 319.80. $2 wager on 2 to win, 25.40. I think you're just shocked with the fact that I would get on a plane and fly hours just to visit you, like for a day or something like that.
I mean, that would be nice if you did it. That would be nice.
Even I'm shocked by the idea. $2 Canelo 1-2, 26.20.
The Dow's up 3,000. Maybe I could afford to. Maybe I can come back to Florida now. That's exciting, Ernesto. Thank you.
Right back to 2-1-4, 424.40. That, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Wednesday afternoon performance of Live Highlight in the Magic City on the Highlight Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us today and invite you to join us on Friday for Battle Court. We are open live to the public, so if you live within driving distance, or what you consider to be driving distance, I'd say anywhere from, Jupiter South, worth a evening of highlight here at Magic City, come on down. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. That is this Friday. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Pelota, 1:30 p.m. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Highlight, we do appreciate you joining us and hope to see you on Friday for Battle Court. Have a good day, everyone.